Hello, my name is Ros Gervais. I am a business coach for new and rising artists. I help my clients to develop the confidence to show up as artists, to sell their work, and to master your marketing so you can build a fulfilling art business and get paid to do what you love, even if you're self-taught and have no idea about the business side of art. So I am also a practicing modern botanical painter with work in 3 Australian galleries. I have first-hand experience in building an art business from scratch and developing a passion for art into a 6-figure multiple income stream business that I love. Now, not only do I walk the talk, but I have supported thousands of artists through my free and my paid services, and I cannot wait to help you on your journey too, pardon me. So let's get started with our topic. Are you excited? Is this on point? Mindset. Tell me, where's your mindset at? Are you feeling zen with your mindset, or are you feeling like you're a little bit struggling? I have a little scale for you, actually. It's a really fun one. Ready? Give me a number for how strong your mindset is right now as an artist in business, right? As an artist who's trying to sell their work, from 5, or 5 being rock solid, to number 1 being wobbly as jelly. So where are you? Where do you sit with your mindset at this moment in time? Okay, right, like this week, today, this week. Where are you at? Give me a number. Quickly, hello and welcome to our call today. We are going to be chatting about this topic, shifting your mindset, and that being the key to selling more of your art. Now, I have chosen this topic for you today because I have seen the difference that mindset can make to an artist's journey, and I really want to help you as well. I'm going to start with a quote, and this is by Wayne Dyer, and he says, "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Does that sound right? Have you heard that before? I'll say that again, and feel free to write it down if you haven't heard it before. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay, so if mindset is the way you think, including like your set of beliefs, your attitudes, and your perspectives, if we can change that, then we can change the world around us. And that includes how we approach art and how we approach business as well. And we can also change the way we think of ourselves as artists and as people who with businesses, so business owners and entrepreneurs. So all of that can actually be changed if we want that to change. Okay, so we've got to take a little bit of control here, a little bit of ownership, and empower ourselves to make those changes, just many little changes to improve our way of thinking so that we can have better results. Okay, and I'm talking, results and success and all of that, that is entirely personal. You get to choose what that looks like, but I'm about helping you to improve those results. Okay, now because our belief in ourselves as an artist and as people who achieve big things, sorry, what have I written here? I've got my notes underneath here. I've said, oh yeah, because without belief in ourselves as artists, that's right, and people who can achieve big things, even the best plans will falter. It makes sense, right? You can have an amazing plan, but if you're wobbly up here, it's going to be really, really tricky. So we need that combination of the plan and the mindset, okay? It's really important. Now, I have today, for our session today, 2 areas that I want you to focus on. The first is going to be your identity, and the second is going to be specific mindset blocks, and I'll take you through that. So, identity. Your identity. Now, titles, I think, are pretty funny things. Let me know. What do you think? They can be quite limiting, right? They can also feel a bit shallow, and we can sort of associate them, I feel, with office jobs and job descriptions and salary banding. I'm thinking way back when I had a job. Does that resonate with you? What do you think of titles? Okay, I think they can sort of have this negative connotation, but they can also be clarifying, and they can also be empowering, and they can also be confidence building. So when it comes to claiming your title as an artist, this is definitely in that zone of empowering. Let me know in the chat, are you confident about calling yourself an artist or not? Just type in artist, or just type in not. That would be really interesting to know based on who's in the room here with me today. And if you're on replay, do that as well. I really want to know where your head is at in this particular regard. Now, it is actually your choice as to how you want to be in this world, right? and how you want to spend your time. So that's why this title piece and calling yourself an artist and being confident in that is really, really important. But often what will pop up in our minds are things like, but I'm not good enough, or I haven't had any sales yet, I can't actually be an artist, or I haven't got a fine arts degree, or it's been ages since I've painted. You are still an artist. No matter your sales, your experience, your training, or even your volume of work, okay? Because if you actually look into what the definition of an artist is, and you might have heard me share this before, an artist is a person who likes to make art. It's actually really simple, but it's in our minds and our self-critical sort of tendencies that would cause this definition to be warped and make it impossible for us or difficult for us to claim that title of being an artist. So if you can remove the emotion, get rid of that self-criticism and just look at the facts, this is the definition of an artist, right? Okay, so let me know. Do you like to make art? Yes or no? And then let me know if that's a yes. You can type in, I am an artist with a couple of exclamation marks, just own that space. So if you are already there and confident with calling yourself an artist and telling other people, that is amazing, bravo, you need that. It's absolutely non-negotiable if you're going to succeed as an artist and in art business if you're wanting to sell your work. But if you are not there yet, this is your invitation to claim that title and type in, I am an artist, okay? So own that space, okay? I love, love, love empowering you to do this. Drop that into the comments, guys. Just light up those comments and really inspire other people as well to find that confidence in their identity. Now, this is your life, right? And you get to decide your identity. Depending on your beliefs, you only have one crack at this, okay? So let's make this life what you want it to be, okay? So that is number one, talking about your identity. Number two is around unhelpful mindset blocks. Now, when we have really big dreams, which I feel like most of us do, let me know, do you have big dreams or do you find yourself sort of capping yourself a little bit? Let me know in the chat. But when we have big dreams, it is that gap between the reality of now and the future reality that needs to be traversed, okay? It's obvious, but I'm just sort of verbalizing this to simplify it, okay? So it's that gap that needs to be traversed. We need to learn what to do to achieve our goals. But as I mentioned before, that's actually not quite enough, okay? The how-to and the steps and all of that, that's not quite enough. We also need to strengthen our mindset. We need to shift from that hobbyist mindset to that entrepreneurial or business owner mindset. It's a really, really important shift that needs to be made. We need to notice as well blocks that come up, really common ones that normal people have, things like fear of failure, imposter syndrome, which relates to, am I actually even a real artist, right? Feeling like a fraud, perfectionism as well. And we need to actually actively address them. We're never going to get it perfect, just a little note here, but we need to commit to working on them. That's all we need to do. We need to commit to working on them and improving them and tweaking them, and that's it, okay? So we need to commit to addressing them and improving them. Now, there was actually a recent poll you might have seen inside Permission to Paint where I asked about mindset, because soon actually on the Paint, Rest, Repeat podcast, if you haven't heard of the podcast, go and tune in. We are going to be doing a bit of mindset as a bit of a topic, okay? I won't give the big reveal here, but that's why I popped the post into Permission to Paint. And it was really interesting because the one particular item on that poll that stood out and had the most votes was, do I have what it takes? Isn't that interesting? Do I have what it takes? And the funny thing was, because that was the most voted item in that poll, you're clearly not alone, okay? So hold that in your heart and just know you're not alone. And you've got this beautiful community here in Permission to Paint, or in my other communities if you're in Art for the Heart or in my VIP program, to journey with, okay? You're not alone, okay? I just really want you to know that. And that helps with mindset too, knowing that you have buddies to journey with. So that was the strongest one. Now, I wanted to ask you on the topic of, do I have what it takes? I want you just to think for a second and think about a very successful artist. Chuck me a name, actually. Pop it in the comments. Who is a very successful artist that you can think of? I was going to say a visual artist. Probably doesn't have to be. But a very successful artist. Someone who's made it, or whatever you want to call it. Pop them into the comments. Give me a name. Okay, Ken Doan. Great example, Stacey. He's an inspiration to me. Okay, great. Ken Doan. Good one. Good one. Now, so he's a very successful artist, okay? Do you think right now he's sitting there wondering if he has what it takes? Do you think he's thinking that right this second? My answer to that is going to be no, right? I don't think he's thinking that, because he's found success and he's proven to himself that he can achieve big things and do difficult things and, achieve success, his version of success. Okay, so he's not sitting there going, do I have what it takes? But at the very, 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 very beginning of his art journey, do you think somewhere in his psyche he was thinking, does he have what it takes? Do you think he thought that originally? I would say yes. I would say it's highly likely that way back when that thought did definitely cross his mind, do I have what it takes? Am I silly? What am I doing? Is this really going to even happen? Because he's normal, right? So this self-doubt is a wonderful sign actually in my eyes, because it means that you're normal. It means that you have a beating heart, and it means that you're not a psychopath. I love it. I love dropping this little line in because it just makes me giggle. Hopefully it's making you giggle too. So well done. You're not a psychopath and you are welcome around here. Okay. Self-doubt is totally normal. The trick is just not letting that self-doubt call the shots. Okay. So Ken Doan, for example, he wouldn't have let those call the shots. He would have noticed that, and then he would have carried on regardless, because he knew what he wanted to achieve. Okay. So not letting that in the driver's seat, not letting that make the decisions. Okay. So that's the self-doubt piece here. So your goal is to work on your mindset just enough to take the next step in your art business. Then do that again and again for each of those little steps forward. Success is actually just a series of tiny steps in the right direction. We often get overwhelmed by the big dream. It's so big, I'm never going to get there. You don't actually have to get there. You obviously want to get there eventually, but you don't have to get there right now. We're just taking little steps in that direction. Okay, so let's not overcomplicate it. Let's keep it simple. Let's be kind to ourselves, but not let that mindset get in the way of the success and whatever it is that you are chasing as an artist. Okay, but I'm just going to quickly recap what we talked about today and give you a little bit of an invitation as well. So today we talked about the importance of claiming your title as an artist loudly and proudly. We talked about how to manage self-doubt so you can keep moving forward. We talked about why mindset is actually equally as important as the how-to. And I wanted to share a really nice little comment that I got from one of my VIP clients recently. She was so sweet. She's doing amazingly. And she sent me this message. She said, "You said my success was inevitable, and I actually didn't believe you. But I am glad that you knew what you were talking about, and I am so proud of what I have achieved." Okay? So your success actually is inevitable. It's actually just a decision. Okay, so you can definitely do this. Now, mindset is the foundation, as we mentioned, but it is actually only half the equation. So in my upcoming session, masterclass, which you may have heard of, it's called Empowered 2025. We are going to pair mindset with practical planning so that you can step into 2025 feeling confident and focused and inspired as well to achieve your creative goals. So if you would like to come along to this masterclass, please do. I'll drop the link into the captions. It is on January the 8th, 2025. It is going to be run live. There are 2 session times. You can come to one or both if you would like to. And it's going to be really, really empowering and set you up for an amazing year ahead. Now, do let me know in the comments if you have any questions about Empowered 2025, because Real Human here, sometimes I forget to share some of the most basic details. So please do let me know. Seats are limited for this event. So definitely don't miss out on committing to your dreams as an artist and creating your blueprint for success with me. So you're actually going to walk away with a plan for 2025 2025, a clear idea of the goals that you are going to be focusing on through 2025 as well, plus actionable steps and mindset hacks and tips specifically suited to you as an individual artist. Okay, so that is what's going on inside Empowered 2025. I will pop the link up. There is a ticket price for this, but it's super duper low. It's only $9 Australian. So, and that means that you get to come to one or both sessions, and you also get a limited time access to the replay of that session as well. Okay, so that is the plan for this one. I'm thinking of creating a workbook. Would you like a workbook? If you're coming to Empower 2025, let me know, because if you do, I will create it just for you. Okay, so drop that into the chat. It's going to be amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to running this one. It's the first time I've run an event like this publicly. I run similar, not identical, but similar sessions inside my Art for the Heart program. But this one's going to be a little bit different, and it's public. Now, if you are an Art for the Heart member or a VIP member, just message me, because you actually get a special code so you can come along to this for free. But if you are not in my membership or my VIP program, it's only $9. It's actually not very much at all. And I would absolutely love to support you and set you up for an amazing 2025. So yeah, so that is Empowered 2025, and it's going to be really helpful. Now, next week I am doing one more Tuesday tea session before the year is out. And next week is going to be on how to map out your year for success as an artist. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you some practical pointers around that. But obviously, if you're wanting to go right into the detail, that's when you need to come to our Empowered 2025 session. All right, lots of love from me to you. Any questions, guys, on mindset, or you feeling good, feeling ready to rumble, let me know. I hope you enjoyed today's session, and I will catch you all around soon. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye, everyone.